Hello, how are you? This is JR from JRC Visa and Immigration Services. I'm speaking now on behalf of the JRC Consultancy Group. So today we will be talking about three major things, which is we would like to share to you for your information, for you to be aware. And these cases that we'll be tackling on is on a situational basis, namely tackling about your visa situation, um, on real estate, and on your business registration here in the Philippines. So hopefully this video will be your guide on how to do things in order to comply with your regulatory requirements in doing your visa, having a real estate, and doing your business here in the Philippines. So before we start, on our previous videos, we have tackled about the frequently asked visa concerns that are popping up on our emails or our Facebook page. And now we'll be moving forward for a situational for you to be guided accordingly on what to do on such situation, so that you can actually be guided to how to do or how to fix your situation, especially regarding your visa. Now, we will be talking about the situation of overstaying. So once you have the overstaying status, it could mean three things as what we have discussed in our previous videos. One is you have not extended your tourist visa over 6 months, over 12 months, and over 36 months, or 24 months, or the maximum allowable stay of a foreigner. So most of the circumstances that are popping up right now is the overstaying because they have maxed out or about to max out the 36 months allowable stay as tourist or on tourist visa recently. This is because of what happened last year and on our current situation, which is the current pandemic that we're trying to address on. Now, before COVID, normally a foreigner on tourist visa would go out of the country and come back, and they will have the fresh 36 months allowable stay on tourist visa. But that is being restricted because of the current travel restrictions which was in place by the national government alongside with the cooperation of the Bureau of Immigration and Department of Foreign Affairs. So, what are your options? Once you go near with your 36 months allowable stay or have surpassed the 36 months allowable stay, you will have two options on the table. But before that, you need to have your paperwork in place for the Bureau of Immigration to have you approved to stay more than the 36 months allowable stay. What are those documents? Number one, you need to write to the Bureau of Immigration in Manila, addressed to the Commissioner, for the motion for reconsideration for them to allow you to stay more than 36 months. With two options on the table, it's either you will be leaving the country or you will be applying for an appropriate visa. To name a few, appropriate visa might be on a spousal visa, retirement visa, in which it is not, unfortunately, not available as of the moment, and other applicable visa that you can pick on for you to have a valid stay here in the Philippines. Now, once you will have all the documentary requirements and once your motion will be approved along with other paperwork, you will now be given an official Bureau of Immigration order duly signed and approved by the legal department of the Bureau of Immigration as well as the Commissioner for you to have your extension process, in which where do you process your motion for consideration. Now, for further details, give us a message, email us, so that we can actually discuss it based on your situation. Hello everyone. On our next situation, we'll be talking about the real estate situation, which is owned by a foreigner who is actually duly married with a Filipino citizen or a Filipina. So the situation goes like this. They are owners of a particular property, and they wanted to sell because they want to go back to their country, or they were actually trying to purchase a property, another property that they would probably probably they like. So on the selling side, they would like to have that one and put it in the market up for sale for the property. But along the way, during the selling process or putting the property in the market, they had figured out that they don't have the actual possession of the title or the deed. What they have is only the tax declaration, which was registered under both of their names, along with a sketch plan, because the situation is they have bought a portion of that property, not the entire property per se. Now, speaking as a, or on my profession as a licensed real estate broker and appraiser, which is also one of the group of companies for the JRC consultancy, one of the ultimate proof for a certain individual, either a Filipino or a foreigner, to own a property is the title deed, supplemented with the tax declaration, and then supplemented with the partition if they have actually purchased the property on part only, not as a whole. Now, what you need to do if you purchase a property on a portion or part of the property, you need to have first to be surveyed, and that survey plan should be approved by the Bureau of Lands for you to have that particular portion of the property to be titled and taken out in the whole part of that particular property. Next to that, it will be also processed on the tax declaration that you have already purchased the portion of that property by virtue of the reference on both offices, the assessor's office and the title's office, for the approved plan in which all the title bearings and all the sketches where the property is located will be clearly identified, and that in effect will give you a separate title deed from the mother title, so to speak. Now, buying a property here in the Philippines entails a lot of complexes in terms of documentation. I have heard a lot of stories about this situation, and we hope that this video will actually guide you in a way for you to be guided accordingly on your planned purchase or how you would like to fix your existing property situation that you're currently in. Now, if you have those questions, please do let us know. Our office will be open and we will be clearly evaluating and assessing all your situations or property situations so that we can give you the best possible advice on the table that you can pick on. Right now, we are on our third and last situation that we'll be sharing to you on this video, because we have already discussed the visa situation, on overstaying, on the real estate ownership, and now we'll be going to the business registration. One of the situation that we have bumped into recently is there is a client that come to us for asking us to renew his visa or working visa, to be specific. But then again, 3 or 2 years back, they have actually established the company. Well established, they have registered it to the to the Securities and Exchange Commission, and have that one registered in the BIR, and have that one as well registered on the municipality where the business is located. 3 years moving forward, he intends to renew the working visa, considering the requirements or what had happened last year because of this pandemic. Everything shuts down. But unfortunately, the situation had come into realization that that particular business permits or registration was not even completed. Now, what are the things that you need to do for you to complete your business registration? On a working visa side, the assumption or the procedure or the requirement and the policy of the Bureau of Immigration is your company is your petition, and they are actually on the grounds on the guidelines that the company, which is your petitioner, is doing its operation, except for probably last year with an exemption for that. Now, they were not able to complete the registration process like the business permit, and that is where the problem. So first things first, you need to have your Securities and Exchange Commission or your SEC registration as a corporation. You will have to do that on a yearly basis in terms of reportorial. That is a requirement of the Securities and Exchange Commission. After that, you need to renew on a yearly basis. It's either your company is gaining income, losing, or have temporarily suspended its operation last year because of COVID for the business permit which your operations or your office is located. Now, next to that, you need to have that one registered in the Bureau of Internal Revenue or the tax office here in the Philippines in compliance with the tax returns or tax duties and liabilities, either if the company is earning or not, because you will have the set of tax deadlines that you need or tax returns that you need to do. Now, that is the proper way of doing things, but that does not mean it will be an easy task, because along part with the business permit, you will be required to have your barangay clearance, SENRO certificate, fire certificate, sanitary certificate, to name a few, before they will be releasing you the business permit, alongside with your other requirements from the Bureau of Internal Revenue or the tax office, and the requirements or the reportorial of the Securities and Exchange Commission for your corporation in terms of setup. Now, I know that that might be a little bit complicated with you. That is why we made these videos for all our viewers, for you to be aware of these common situations that are actually existing right now. This will supplement for our previous videos for the frequently asked question, and most likely this is commonly related to our visa situations and on the living of the foreigners here in the Philippines. We have tackled so far 3 of the major situations or common situations that are currently happening right now. For your visa, that is your overstaying status beyond the allowable stay on tourist visa, which is the 36 months or 24 months. And for the real estate, for a foreigner married to a Filipina, owning them, and what are the things that they should look for, or what are the things that they should have when it regards to the ownership of that particular property. Number 3, it is your business registration on how and what are the things that you need to do on a yearly basis in terms of business compliances for you to have a full operation of your business when it regards to a certain foreigner doing business here in the Philippines. Now, if you have similar situations or you may have questions that you would like to verify, please leave us a message. Email us at jr.coca@jrcconsultancy.com, or if I cannot answer you right then and then because of our servicing matters, we will also be providing the email address of our dear head for the Visayas for the visa operations, which will be Kervin. And with that also, we will do our best to get back to you as soon as possible. Or if you have the chance, you book an appointment, come to our office, and we will talk about it. Or we will be giving you a virtual calling card. If I'm not there, Kervin's calling card is here. All right. So without much further ado, I wish you all the best. Hopefully, you are doing safe and well right now. And cheers, and I'll see you in our next video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, send us an email, and share it to your friends. Thank you.